afternoon. It's good to be here this Wednesday afternoon. I've not been around on this moment for some time since I left for DRC and then Zimbabwe, then came back, and then we were so busy with events, and then went to the village, Kanungu, and then came back, and we have started, and so we've been up and down, and this week we started to visit again different places to talk about Bible school. And like last year, the way how we did it, I think last year September, and God blessed us. We have now 5 new students that are in our dorm here. Our vision is to reach Kampala and Wakiso. We are looking at having 20 to 30, even more than that, churches around Kampala and Wakiso. I mean, our aim is just to go even to 100, because Kampala and Wakiso, we have a big population to reach. So we are now moving, and we are going to keep doing this. Kampala, Wakiso, we go to every road. Yesterday we were in Seta. We had a good time. On Monday we were on Masaka Road. Today on Hoima Road. So we move with pastors, Pastor Emma, Pastor Aaron Waswa, Pastor Michael Makuria, and several other people. And so we move to these places and believe God for Bible college students. And God is faithful. Again, as I said, we have 5 Bible college students in our dorm here that are believing God and being in a Bible school. And then we want to see how we venture, how we continue to venture and have these churches started. So we are busy. But today I had time to say, okay, let me come back, and then we talk. And again, we had said this is going to be like we're going to have someone host. And I think as of now, Pastor Wilson is the one hosting this moment. But right now, Nicole is around. Pastor Wilson is in Malta. I think is it. So yeah, there is a district there. We have actually a Christian school here, so we have 22 children that are going to come from Malta district in the north. So that's where he is to coordinate that. And I think he will be here beginning from Monday, and then we can have that. Kind of like the hosting part. Again, I want to thank you for being there and just keeping on watching. And so let's keep watch. And let's keep, So beginning of this year, I had not spoken anything to the people, to the audience. And I would like to, and when I say the audience, I mean on Grace Moments, that audience. And so I want us, looking at this year, look at being near to God. Being near to God. There's that hymn usually. I found this hymn when I had visited Congo, Kinshasa, and they sang it. Pastor Marcel and the group, they sang it, and it was so good in French. Hearing it in French was so good. It speaks about it near the cross. In the cross, near the cross. So the titles are just like that. And I thought about that. And I said, this year, how about if we really think about being near to the cross? For the church, I told them we need to seek God's knowledge, spiritual knowledge. But you cannot seek spiritual knowledge if you are far away from God. You need to be near the cross. And so, Acts chapter 17, verse 27 through 29, this is what it says. His purpose was for the nations to seek after God and perhaps feel their way toward Him and find Him, though He is not far from any one of us. That's one translation. Another translation says, so we could seek after God and not just grope around in the dark, but actually find Him. He doesn't play hide and seek with us. Okay? In other words, And then another translation says, God intended that they would seek him and perhaps reach out for him and find him, though he is not far from each one of us. He is not far from each one of us. And verse 28 now, after 27, he says, for in him we live and move and have our being. As even some of your poets have said, for we are two, let me repeat that. For we too are his offspring. Verse 29, he says, since therefore we are the offspring of God, we ought not to think that the divinity is like an image fashioned from gold, silver, or stone by human art or imagination. Beautiful, beautiful portion here. So he's saying that God's intention for nations is that we may seek after him and find him. Why? Because he's saying he's near to all of us. Each individual that is outside there, God is near to them. We've got just to find him. We've got to find him. We've got to seek after him. And so that's the whole intention. What is the intention of the whole world? That they may seek after him and find him. What is the whole intention of this nation? Uganda. What is the whole intention? The whole intention is that Uganda seek, find him, because he's not far, he is near. The problem we have is that we tend to seek the things that we are near with, like the things that we are, if it is a job, you tend to seek after that job. Yesterday we were in Satan, we found this young man. He didn't want to hear anything about God. I said, why? He said, I'm seeking for a job. I'm seeking for a job, I'm seeking for money. And then we spoke. And he listened after. And actually now he started to follow us. And we discovered actually he knows covering when he was working at a school here, Little Moheki, at one time. And he knew the place. But this is way in where? He said, but he is seeking for a job. His mind is there. And that's what it is. We tend to think that's where life is. And so, but Uganda as a nation, there are three questions here. Is Uganda as a nation near to God? Is Uganda as a nation coming near to God? Is Uganda as a nation far away from God? When you look at, to see a nation, you look at the administration part of it. What is the executive part of it? The legislature, the judiciary. You look at that, because they are the ones that are taking this country forward, leading this country forward. When you look at all of that, are we near God? Are we coming near to him? Are we far away from God? When you look at the church, is the church near to God? Is the church coming near to God? Is the church far away from God? When you look at your family, is your family near to God? Is your family coming near to God? Is your family far away from God? This is so important. Now, as individuals, even you yourself, you can ask yourself, am I near to God? Am I near to the cross? Am I near to Jesus Christ? Am I coming near to him? In my life, when you look at your life, are you coming near to him? Or you are far away from him? Now, we have been hearing the fires that have been going on in California. We know the properties that have been, we know how many people have lost properties, billionaires and all that. But we also know that California, most especially Los Angeles, was far away and was keeping to be far away from God. And you see what happens is when people are far away from God, they begin to mock him. And That's what was happening. They started to mock God. If your family is far away from God, I can guarantee you, you're going to begin to mock God. Your children are going to begin to mock God. If a country, if Uganda gets to be far away from God, we're going to begin to mock him. Secondly, we begin to worship idols. That's what was there. Idol worship. You know, the pop idol thing, it comes right from there. Pop idol. You have these idols that are there. When people are far away from God, that's what happens. They mock, they worship false idols, and you know the third thing, what happens? They worship human beings. Like how many of us, how many people, actually, we know most of the actors in Hollywood. We know them, we know their children, we know everything. Like, if one of them is to come to Uganda, Uganda will stand, everyone will stand still. Human worship. How many people actually worship our president here? There are so many. I have seen it. You can see that. The people. And I don't think he wants to be worshipped. I don't think so. But people do that. There is that worship. There is honor, but then there is worship. That's where people are far away from God. And when people are far away and begin to mock God, the fires will begin to happen. The floods will begin to happen. He burnt Sodom and Gomorrah down. He burnt it down, that city. He brought the floods because there was that mockery. That's when people are far away from God. So, but then he is asking us, he said the whole intention, why he created us, why he created you, the whole intention is that we can come near to him. And he has put a way to come near to him, and that's the cross. That's Jesus Christ. That's Jesus Christ. Like every day on a daily basis, he is not asking us to be perfect, because there is no one who can be perfect. But he's asking us one thing. Can we choose to be near to him? Choose to be near on a daily basis. Have your family choose to be near to him. You know, you choose to be near. That's very important. Why? And he gives the reasons. Because life springs from him. That's why he says in him we move, live, and move, have our being. Life comes from him. Why do we need come near? Because he's the source of everything that we need in life. Why do we come near? Because he's above everything in this world. That's why we need to come near. The fourth, because he's the one who saved us. For God's sake. He saved us. He came here on the earth and died on the cross to make sure that we can come near to him. And you're a believer, and you're a child of God, and you know what? Sometimes we are far away from him. Certain situations and circumstances come, and when we look at them, we fear, and in that fear, we actually move away from him. But let's choose to be near him every day. Choose to be near him. Choose to be near the cross, because that's where he meets you. That's where he meets you. That's where he visits you. That's where he loves you. That's where there is more grace. That's where he has blessed us from there. It's a place that we need to choose and be near. But how do we choose to be near? How do we, in other words, how do we be near to God? How do we be near to him? Number one, by seeking him. That's what he said in Acts 17. You seek after him. You seek. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 6 says, seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. What does this, to seek the Lord means to seek with care, diligent. You know when you have lost something and you are looking for it, you put everything out. And you are very diligent at looking for it with care. Can we do that? You know, that's how it is when we are seeking after God. We're seeking him. That's it, with care. with care. There has to be that care. Like you can put everything in this world. Everything that is bothering you, everything, is it a relationship, whatever is bothering you, put it aside. Like you put it aside. Is it a job? I'm not saying you leave the job, but if it is distracting you, move in. Like the way you are in the bedroom and putting everything and throwing, and trying to find that thing. That's the same thing. You see. But he said, seek him while he can be found. When he's still here. That is very important. Meaning there is a time when he is not going to be near. When actually you seek him and you cannot find him. Like the people in California, when the fires were coming and coming one house to another house, I believe they saw to him, but he could not be found. I can tell you that. But they had time before. He had given them time to seek after him. And in the time he had given, you see, time is given to us graciously. It is a gift. Time is a gift that God has given us for one reason, to seek after him. That's it. The guys in California, I believe as they were running from fire, they saw to him and he could not be found. That time is there. This year, it could be there for some of us. You seek him and you can't find him. And you pack and go. And you can pray, you can seek after him, and he is just like, you can't find him. The guys in Sodom and Gomorrah, when the fires were coming, I believe there are some of them that say, hey, Lot was here. Lot used to speak to us, but we didn't hear. I believe they did, but he could not be found. He could not be found. In the Genesis chapter 6, he could not be found. The floods came. 120 years. Job is preaching. Time came. Was he the one who gives the time? Time came. They sought him, he could not be found. They found. There is a moment you can seek after him, and he's not to be found. We usually say he will never leave you nor forsake you. He is there, but as you seek him, you cannot find him, and yet he is there. And yet he is there. Psalm 16, verse 8. Let's be like David. David sought him, he found him, he put him in front of him. And that's how he moved. He moved. He said, I have set the Lord before my face. And that's how he lived his life. Psalms 34, verse 18. To seek the Lord requires humility. We need to be humble. Humble, broken heart. When you have a broken heart, you can seek after him. When you have a broken heart, you can be near him. And you can place him before you. Because what else can you put before you? Is it job? Is it money? Tell me. God showed you that the money you are looking for in California, 40 billion houses, 100 billion houses, he burnt them in seconds. Just in hours. He showed you that money means nothing. He showed you that a house means nothing. He showed you that everything you are building means nothing. He can bring them down within a short time. So what are you putting before you? What is in front of you? Let's not put anything apart from him. Because anything can burn. You can put it down anything. Let's be near. And to be near means be at the cross. Go to the cross where Jesus Christ died. Stay there. Be there. You can fail, stay there. You can be weak, stay there. Don't move away from him. Amen? So let's seek after him while he's still found. He can be found. Let's be near to God. There are blessings for us there. There is grace for us there. There is love for us there. There is forgiveness for us there. Let's be near. Let's stay there. Let's stay there. Amen. God bless you.